The episode of tomorrow, today, is brought to you by TerribleOrigami.com.
Putting the OMG in origami.
Home of the $1 Million Frog.
The Brown Bag Fist.
And the other ones.
But really, TerribleOrigami.com.
Good. All right.
Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we don't remember super well, then we watch it and eat pizza. And
Why are you telling me that part?
It's important.
it's important. They need to visualize
Okay.
the watching.
That's true.
No, in the break part, we're eating pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want the full experience,
Yeah.
you
Eat some pizza.
Eat some pizza.
For sure.
And for a donation of $50, you can know what pizza we order. And then in the second half, we talk about what we learned.
Ate
And did remember and didn't remember.
Yeah.
My name is Dan,
I'm Molly.
I'm also Dan.
I'm Beth.
and our movie is The Matrix.
Matrix.
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
It's The Matrix.
Yes.
The first one.
The first one. Not
Not in the title. That part's not in the title.
The Matrix, the first one.
They might as well.
Yeah.
That would have been very, like, Star Wars-y, where it's, episode 4, except they just very deliberately said, like, we're making more of these. This is the first
Yeah.
one.
Well, some franchises set up with, like, this is going to be a trilogy.
Right.
I don't believe The Matrix, the first one, was like that.
Well, it would explain why the second and third one were so terrible.
They were less good.
My favorite review of a movie ever was walking out of The Matrix to the second one.
The
Revolution?
Revisited?
Reloaded.
Reloaded.
Or is it 3?
No, I think you got it.
Reloaded sounds right.
Reloaded.
Because
Yep.
you reload, and then you have a revolution.
they get
and then-
reloaded into the Matrix.
Oh.
And then...
Oh, it's like a double meaning.
double
Yeah.
meaning.
Got it.
And as we're walking out of the theater, my friend turns to me and says, all those machines, they just kept going every time I woke up. More machines.
Nice.
And
Indeed.
Yep.
But the first one,
Yep.
I think is great. I guess we'll find
We'll
out.
find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost certainly saw this movie in the theaters, like late high school, maybe early college.
I feel like you say that in a way that we should guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to say early college.
Me too.
I'm going to say... how old was I? I'm going to say early college, because you're slightly older than me. And I saw this in mid to late high school.
Sure. I know I saw the second or maybe third one in Turkey, where I studied abroad, NBD.
Oh.
So you figure sequels come out like 2 years later? Mm-hmm. That was my junior year of college. So maybe this was a freshman year college.
You want to make that a Jaquette
Jaquette.
bet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what year would that be?
2001.
Okay.
I'm saying 2001 on this. That feels right. A movie for a new century.
That's
Not the tagline.
right. I'm going to say this happened... I'm going to say this movie happened... Well, when was I... What years was I actually in high school? Okay. I'm going to say this movie happened right before we switched centuries. Because I feel like...
Y2K was big?
Well, that.
Oh.
But also, like, I feel like maybe it wouldn't have been parodied so heavily if it came out right before 9/11 happened.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it came out and then 2 months later 9/11 happened, there might not have been 2 years of like, and now people are getting shot all the time in crazy, floaty, kooky times. I don't know.
Yeah.
So your guess is 99?
I'm going to say
I'm feeling
99.
like 99.
I'm going to say
That's
99.
Molly's bet.
I'm
That was my bet.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
think
say
that's the same thing?
2000.
Oh, splitting it.
Because
Full spread. We got a full spread.
I was for sure in junior high when I saw the movie. I didn't see it in theaters, but all my friends did, and then I waited for a year to see it.
VHS
Why did you
tape.
wait?
I just didn't have anyone. I felt like I was putting my parents out to ask them to bring me to the movie theater.
Oh,
that what parents are for?
Right?
Taking to movies?
Yeah, that's why people have children. Is like, I really want to drive people around for 18 years.
Yeah. Was it like you were worried that your dad was going to be like, look at that lady in all the pleather, and like make some weird comments to you?
No.
Did that happen to you?
No.
Oh.
This is
No.
one of those movies.
man.
It's not
Not a
whatever.
Catherine Hepburn.
Catherine Hepburn
Yeah.
or The Medicine Man, which is another one. My dad. Handsome Woman or Jackie Brown.
Oh, I'm flashing back to watching Top Gun with my dad in movie theaters.
Ooh.
And it was, there are a lot of spicy scenes in that movie.
Between dudes.
Well, there's the volleyball scene, and then there's also the sex scene in Silhouette to Take My Breath Away with Kelly McGillis.
Which, fun fact, they had to add later.
Because she was in that other movie with Harrison Ford, where she played an Amish woman, and her hair color had changed.
Yeah. But also, the audience were like, there's no romance. There's no heterosexual romance in this movie. And they had to scramble and add that scene.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
At any rate, sitting next to my dad during that was like the most mortifying experience of my life at that age.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was terrible.
I don't remember this movie being overly sexual.
No.
It's
The
not.
second
This-
one is not overly sexual,
But there
has
is
sex in it.
sexuality at all.
Yeah.
But there is literally a woman who is placed as a sexual object in one of the...
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's maybe...
But there's not like... No one is motivated by sex in the first Matrix movie.
Well, one person has some rejection issues that are related to Trinity.
Sure.
I don't remember this movie.
I don't either.
You're talking about the one dude... No, the Joe Palatino.
Hey, I'm a sassy hacker. I'm from Jersey, maybe.
Yeah, that guy?
Yeah.
Who
I feel
betrays
like
everybody?
I feel like his lust was more for meat,
Oh.
not of the human variety. He has that whole monologue about like, oh, I know this steak is fake, but I don't care. It's still great. My brain still thinks it's delicious. I don't remember him saying like, I know this
he is a
prostitute
poem.
is fake, but I don't care.
I know it's fake, but I think it's great. It's me, Joey P.
Joey P.
But he didn't. I mean, they all have like crazy hacker names. You know,
Yeah,
like,
he was
no one
like-
is like, "Hey, I'm Joey."
He's like,
Hi, Neo. I'm Joey. Like they all have like crazy like objects. Like they're all named after like weird objects.
Do we
or
remember their names?
no.
Yeah.
Well, some of them.
Okay.
Neo.
Yeah,
There was
Neo is-
Rabbit. Or Bunny.
Mouse.
Mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah, the dude.
Tank. There's
Tank.
a tank.
That might be in the second one.
Put it right these down.
Neo.
We got Neo. Trinity is the woman. For
The
sure.
woman.
Uh huh. I can't think of the
there's a
actress's
tank.
name. I don't really
Pretty
know.
sure it's not going to pass the Bechdel
Oh,
test.
not
No
at
way.
all.
Well,
was
wait, no,
in-
is the Oracle in this one?
Yes.
But does she ever talk to... She does talk to a lady.
And
Ooh.
does her name count as the Oracle?
No.
Does she have another name? That might be her only
That
name.
might be. She is the Oracle.
She is a
that's her name.
program. Spoilers from the second or third movie.
Okay,
She has no name,
but in this
nor is she a woman.
movie, you can have female programs.
Sure.
I still that counts as a woman in terms of these.
I would say
rules.
she's a female identified program.
What woman does she talk to, though?
I don't think
Well,
she talks to
I feel like there's somebody on their way out as he's going in before he sits down with a kid with a spoon.
Oh.
There is no spoon.
but that person's not going to have a
forgot
name.
about
Yeah, there's
that part.
no way she's going to be like, all right, Dolores, I'll see you next week.
She calls everybody sweetie.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Okay.
I'm going to say hard no
Okay.
on the Bechdel test.
Oh,
Yeah.
jumping straight to it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
We're all over the place. As soon as we started talking about watching Top Gun with our dads, I like completely lost the thread of this episode.
I think we're all in agreement. It's no. Yeah.
Okay, so this movie, as I remember it,
Yeah.
is about Neo, who is a computer programmer,
Yes.
Yeah.
and he's like kind of living a weird life. Right?
Double life.
Is
Double
he
life.
even? Does he even work on computers in his day job?
He's got some shady office job
Yeah.
that's not defined well.
He's like an office drone, pun intended.
But by night,
He's
he's
like
a hacker.
sexy hacker.
Super sexy.
Yeah.
And then he, for some reason, goes to a nightclub.
Yep.
Because
He
he
gets-
gets
a lot of
message.
He gets
contact.
secret hacker messages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's how it goes. We have an opening scene where, guys, I told you I remember this movie too well.
Oh.
Well, then maybe let's hear what Beth thinks it is.
Oh, yeah, don't ruin it now.
Because, we're all going to watch it.
Sure. Okay, he
Go,
goes to a
Beth,
nightclub.
go.
You
Okay.
are correct.
Then that's where he meets Morpheus.
Let's go with that. Just keep
Okay.
going.
He says, "You seem like a great fellow.
Yes, keep going.
You know, you know what's up. Would you like this red pill or this blue pill?" And then he takes the red pill. I don't remember what pill, but he wakes up in a bathtub full of goo.
Yeah.
Then from there he finds out what the Matrix is.
Yes. As do we.
We all find
We all
out
find out together.
in 1999, whatever year. Everyone's mind is blown.
Yeah.
Then they go back into the Matrix
Yep.
and try to fight Mr. Smith, who is like, I don't remember who he is.
He's also the Elf King.
Yes.
This is pre-Elf King, though.
Then that's all I remember.
Cool.
I think
There's
that's
something with like weird, like they look like squid
Yeah.
monsters.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's plenty of detail.
Well, we're done.
All right. Well, all right.
But what happened?
Well, there's a bunch of sweet
Sweet Kung Fu.
kung fu.
Yeah.
Lots of training, download training.
Yeah.
Because I remember that because I always want that, especially when
Right?
I have.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was like, what is it? Oh, I know. He says, I know Kung Fu,
Yeah.
which is now a line that we make fun of him for.
Right.
But that's sweet. And then there's the other scene where they need to get away in a helicopter.
Yes.
And he's like, do you know how to fly this thing to Trinity?
Oh, yeah, and like her eyeballs get all computery, and she's like,
goes,
I
"Not
do
yet,
now.
not yet." Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guitar
Oh,
riff.
that's right.
Yeah.
Or a Prodigy song.
Probably.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Can we name the soundtrack?
It's a lot of Prodigy.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
or a Prodigy adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a big budget movie. They could probably afford
Oh, for
Prodigy.
sure.
Uh,
Yeah, this movie, I remember, like, I saw this when it came out because I was a, target demographic.
red-blooded man.
Yeah, I was a target demographic under 20 male who had grown up on Star Wars and comic books. So this movie was basically called Give Us Your Money.
The first one.
Yeah. Right, Give Us Your Money, call the first one. And this one, I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like at least for people my age, this movie, the first one, at least, like, the next two get so bogged down in up their own asshole, but, like, the first one, just in terms of, like, the experience of it, I feel like it was very much like our Star Wars, not, like, necessarily in its cultural impact. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's like everything is a Matrix reference, though that certainly happened for a good 4 years after it. But in terms of just, like, the magic of filmmaking.
Yeah,
You
I
know
think
what I
it was
mean?
a real milestone. It was
Yeah.
the first movie to do that, like a billion cameras
Yes.
taking a picture at once, so they could do a slow motion pan around. Like
Yeah.
when he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
shot at and he's
And the-
learning how to be the Neo,
Right.
the one. He does like his backwards wave his hand move.
Uh-huh.
And you see the
really
bullet go through. It's like cutting the air.
Right.
It blew me away.
Yeah, well, like, and
Yeah.
even just all of the effects in this movie were, like, completely cutting edge for the time.
Yeah.
Like, anything that happened in that environment was, like, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, they just, like, now it's, we live in James Cameron's blue screen cube, post-blue screen cube world. So now I'll actually be curious to see if I'm just, like, now it's sort of like, oh, yeah, good for them. But it's, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if the spectacle will have worn off.
Yeah. I think it's going to hold up. I think it's going to be awesome. This movie's awesome, you guys.
That's what I'm afraid of, though. I'm worried that, like, now that we're so far removed from the spectacle of it, in terms of, like, how far we've advanced in special effects, and also in how egregiously, like, referenced it was by the rest of pop culture for the rest of my youth.
It's going to be destroyed.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll have just been ruined by the passage of time.
That'll be super sad.
It would be sad, because I loved this movie when it first came out.
When's the last time that you saw it, do you think?
Good question.
Because I know I've seen this movie more than once.
Oh, I owned it on VHS. No big deal. There was a special. This was like, since it was the turn of the century, it was a VHS that did have some special features at the end. because that was a thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't you didn't get like its own tape, but it was just like at the end, after the credits, there was like a bonus making of or whatever. But I saw it. Yeah, I definitely watched it. I'm sure we watched it in college at some point, because what else were we doing?
Yeah, that's all you do in college. I owned this movie on DVD, and this was one of the first DVDs I bought when I joined the Columbia DVD Club.
Yeah.
After spending a really long time crunching numbers on whether or not this was actually a real deal or not. Because
Right.
you got 10 DVDs for a penny, and then you only had to get one DVD a month for X number of months, and there was like a fee. And I did a lot of math, and it turned out like if you canceled as soon as you could, you were paying about $10 a DVD, which was a good deal then.
Yeah.
Now it's like, who the fuck cares? DVDs are like a nickel, and then you don't even want them. But back in 2001,
Right.
who knows? That was a good deal, $10 for a
Yeah.
premium
Yeah.
DVD.
Premium DVD.
I've watched this at least one or two times since on TV.
Uh-huh.
And there was one where they had sort of the DVD extras in the lower third of the screen to
The
kind
whole time?
when things were applicable or interesting.
Oh, sure.
It's like a
And-
pop-up video.
It wasn't that cool.
No.
Oh.
It was like, I don't know, it was maybe a non-prime cable channel. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
It was
Spike
okay.
TV.
Oh, maybe. That seems about right.
Yeah, that seems very
But
right.
the fact that stuck out to me is that moment where Neo comes out of the goo.
Yep.
They did not think to temperature control that goo, and so the extra, or the body double, who actually came out of the goo, almost died of hypothermia during the filming, because they hadn't considered that small thing. And I think the thing that really struck me about that was, one, oh, that's terrible, and two, it had never occurred to me that he would have a body double. And in hindsight, I just felt so naive,
Hindsight.
thinking,
I don't get it.
Because you see his hind
Oh, come on.
butts.
Do you see his butt?
yes.
Oh.
In that scene,
Wait, Molly's bet?
Molly's bets.
Yes.
I believe you see the body doubles butts.
But for the magic
feel
of
like-
cinema, we'll call it Keanu Reeves' butt.
And I think his skin actually looks kind of blue.
Oh.
Well,
Not
he's
just lighting.
like never got exposed to light.
No, I
No,
mean
he's-
because
she's
the
saying-
double is really cold.
Oh, sure.
She's saying reality was seeping into that scene.
Oh, okay.
And
I feel like, okay. I feel like I would remember if there was a butt in it, because I saw it in junior high. But we will see.
it might be a quick flash when he gets flushed down the future toilet.
Yeah.
There's a future toilet?
Well, like, that's just, like, when he gets, like, rejected from the Matrix or whatever, like, they're like, oh, never mind, they just, like, flush him.
Yeah. Oh, this one, because whenever one of them wakes up, they just get flushed into the sewer and
Yeah.
the body dies.
Because apparently the machines are a very successful, like, Fortune 500 company, and they're like, oh, it's more cost-effective to just dispose of them rather than go to all the effort of reattaching them to their tubes and, like, I don't know, giving them sedatives so that they fall asleep or whatever.
Giving them new memories or whatever.
Or something.
Do we get, like, any answers in this movie about what the Matrix is?
Oh, yes. We get a very well-enunciated monologue from Larry Fishburne on what the Matrix is.
Yeah. And then again, from Agent Smith to Larry Fishburne, as he's like wiping sweat off his brow
Yeah.
about how it was designed.
Right.
It's the virtual world to keep the humans' brains
Going.
going,
Or something.
which I don't know why they have to do, why they can't just sedate them.
Because they died? Like, if they didn't have an imaginary life and all those fake memories and stuff, then they...
Their body wouldn't last
But
as
then they
long.
tried to make them happy and live in, like, a real... Like, a utopian kind of environment,
Yeah.
but the humans rejected it.
Yeah.
Because it's
human-
too nice.
Yeah.
Because it was like, take that.
And why do they need to control the humans?
Well,
Because
That's where their
food.
energy comes from.
and they don't need to control them. They just have chosen to. As a advanced AI community, they decided that we as a species were more valuable as just crop
Yeah.
than to share the planet with.
They harvest the heat from our bodies
Okay.
Yes.
to power.
Everything?
Everything.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
in this world, okay. what does the non-Matrix world look like?
Shit.
Crap.
But was it like Earth
It is Earth.
It is Earth.
Yeah.
The robots have taken over.
Correct.
And have created a faux Earth called the Matrix,
Yeah.
Right.
where the humans' brains are focused
It's
on.
a virtual reality.
Yes.
It's not real.
It is basically the internet.
Which is why you
Okay.
can do kung fu
Yeah.
and jump
Got
across
it.
buildings.
And dodge bullets in 360 degrees.
Because the spoon is not real.
Right.
Yeah.
This was because it was because it came out when it did, like it was sort of like I think it was cool for people my age, and also like it did as well as it did because people like 15 to 20 years older than me were like, a lot of them were finally confronted with like what was actually happening to our culture, technologically speaking, because this movie basically like crams the concepts of AI, networking, and virtual reality down your throat.
Yeah.
But I think it also appeals to that part of the fantasy world, right? Where, you're in your car and you're 23 and it occurs to you that there's never going to be a door in the back of your closet. There's never going to be a
Right.
magical world
Yes.
that you're going to slip into
Right.
and be the hero of. And I think The Matrix presented a possibility of that happening.
Yeah, and like a new cool version where
A
like
new
you
cool
could take
version.
drugs.
You can wear Ray-Bans,
Yeah.
a really cool jacket, and
Leather
dodge bullets.
dusters.
Yeah.
And there's this really cool lady.
Yeah.
And everything's going to be okay. This Q world is not real.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I've never thought about this as like a future Narnia.
It's totally a future Narnia. It's like it's basically like some kid who had to who read Narnia, but then his parents made him read C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity soon after, and then was rejecting the entire franchise, was given this gift of like a more like leather-wrapped, nihilistic version of Narnia where you knew you could do kung fu on the internet.
Yeah.
And,
reading a lot of William Gibson novels.
Yeah, right.
Watching Bruce Lee movies.
Right.
That's who this movie's for.
This was basically, like, the reason I think this worked so well is because it was basically like, oh, let's take everything nerds enjoyed for the last, like, 10, 20 years and just sort of, like, give them a new coat of paint and cram them all into one movie.
Wait. Because it was the Wazowski brothers?
Yeah.
Wachowski? Wachowski?
Yeah.
Wachowski brothers. I felt like this was their first big movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this feels like it's very honestly mined from their experiences and their desire to
Yes.
make a very different movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. But I'm saying that they were those nerds for the last 20 years.
Ah.
So they are taking
So it's not
everything
like
they've ever loved.
the cynical studio.
No,
I get it.
not at all. Like, anything that might have come after it was probably that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember if they were, like, weird almost Matrixes.
Yeah, were there Matrix knockoff?
Well, there was that one movie that came out around the same time that I don't remember the name of, that some people are always like, it's like the Matrix, but better, because it's
Whoa.
got, like, a more interesting...
Runner?
No.
That's way before the Matrix.
But there's some other movie that came out around the same time that was like, it's also a fake world, and it's like, oh, it's so much more, it's like less dumb and not trying as hard to be cool. But I feel like if you were to pitch the basic premise of like, people are in like a big, dirty virtual reality world, and they don't know it, but then you said one of these movies has internet kung fu, I would say stop right there. I'm going to go with that one. I don't care how much more interesting this other one is.
Yeah.
So then, Dan, it sounds like you are planning on enjoying this movie more or less than the first time you saw it.
I'm really worried I'm going to enjoy it less because I feel like I'm so far removed from being a teenager. I've continued to consume pop culture since this movie existed, and I'm really curious to see if it like dates itself, because like it definitely is like, look how cool this is for its entire runtime, and I wonder if it's been enough time has passed where like none of it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, are we still going to enjoy watching people, like, flip around in sweet leather trench coats? Maybe. I don't know.
So how many trench coats do you think you get?
Out of 5.
Yes.
Out of 5 trench coats. Oh, God. I'm going to set my expectations low so that I'm hopefully pleasantly surprised. I'm going to say 3 trench coats.
Awesome. Beth?
I'm also going to give it 3 trench coats because I feel like I loved it so much when I was in junior high, and I just don't know how it could hold up, you know? Because it's, I don't know, like you said, that stuff with the bullet and all that. Like, I've seen that now a million times in movies.
It's okay, Dan.
Oh,
But
another thing is, like, I've just seen a lot more movies now and just thought more about, like, how they're structured. And I'm also worried that, like, all of the flaws people complain about in the script of the next two will have, like, seeds of those in the first one that weren't noticed when it first came out. You know what I mean? Because people always complain about... That's the thing people complain about the most about the other two movies, is there's just, like, so much bullshit coming out of the characters' mouths.
because they already told you what the Matrix is.
Right.
There is no more story
Right.
except for machines.
Yeah.
You know?
There's like a god character at some point
Right.
in 2 or 3.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Oh, and a fight scene the last 20 minutes that made me so angry. But that's a different movie.
Well, that might be this movie.
Oh.
There's a lot of fighting. It's awesome.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to enjoy this movie more.
Really?
I'm going to be super optimistic. I'm going to give it 4 trench coats
Yep.
and 2 pairs of Ray-Ban
The sweet kind that Lawrence Fishburne snaps on his nose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
which those have a name.
Yes.
Like armless glasses have a specific name,
Yeah.
and it's not double monocle, which it should be.
There's, I
There's like a
think,
specific name for it.
well, I think those in particular, that specific design, I think actually was like, is named after this movie somehow.
Oh, really? They're
Yeah.
the Morpheus?
Morpheus.
Or something.
Maybe. And here's why I think I'm going to like it more.
Morpheus. Okay, go ahead.
What?
I.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right.
how would they spell it?
Oh, boy. I've been watching a lot of old kung fu movies and just love them.
Oh, you're set then.
So I think the kung fu is going to hold up, and
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not going to care that it's like a little hokey if it is, which
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that hokey.
Right.
I think this movie is very philosophical. Like, it's got a message. Like, there's a message in
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie. And I think I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to feel like it's beaten over my head.
Yeah, because it's not the second one.
Yeah. And I'm going to be like, yeah, what if I'm going to be re-blown away? Who's going to be awesome?
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not going to give it 5 trench coats is because the female characters are going to be... The character... singular,
Yeah,
is
please.
going to be pretty atrocious.
Yes.
Her only motivation is that she is in love with Neo.
Yeah.
And
Is that true?
Well,
yeah.
she wants to.
Because she does
By
have...
the end, she's like, wake up. The Oracle told me that everything will be okay because I love you.
Yeah. She, like, loses...
Oh.
She has, like, amazing agency at the beginning. It's like, holy shit, who's this crazy lady who's beating the shit out of everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
She's
then,
in
as the movie progresses,
Yeah.
she sort of loses that and
Yeah.
just sort of becomes, like, the damsel.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, because... Whatever. We can talk about
It's
it later.
somewhat fluid. But that's... Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome. This movie's awesome.
Okay.
I'm not quite as enthusiastic, although I'm feeling like switching things up a little bit. So I'm going to give it 2 trench coats.
Okay.
Because I am concerned. I feel like I've seen this movie in whole or in part multiple times.
Yeah.
And I feel like the talking scenes are going to bore me. However, I am encouraged that there's only one animal in it, a cat, and it is not harmed.
Yeah.
So I feel like that part is smooth sailing.
Yeah, I feel like the cat is probably like one of, if maybe the only character that gets off scot-free in this movie.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember what color pill they take?
Yeah. Red pill.
Red pill means flush. Red pill gets you flushed.
Red pill gets you in the Matrix.
The
Because
sports bet?
Joe Palliapatapo says, why didn't I take the blue pill?
Should we take a Jaquest bet on what his actual name is?
Yeah.
It's definitely a P. It's definitely super Italian
Yes,
sounding.
it is.
Not Palpatino.
Nope.
Palomino.
Palomino.
Is that yours?
San Pellegrino.
San Pellegrino. Palpatino.
I'm gonna say no.
Pasta.
No, I'm not. But it's close. It's something. I'm gonna say Patiliano or something.
Patiliano.
I'm going to say Patrick.
Patrick.
Come on. Hey, I'm Joey Patrick, flying my spaceship or tunnel ship,
New Jersey.
ground ship.
Steak is
Pepito.
great.
I wish I'd taken the other pill. Oh,
Oh, I'll shoot you with an electricity gun.
hey.
Hey, this Matrix, you heard about this? You know about this?
You know about this Matrix thing?
I probably should have been in the sequel because I was an interesting character.
Oh, does he die?
I think he died.
Oh, don't ruin it for Ben.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Someone
Leave
dies.
some magic.
A lot of people die.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I mean, a lot of phony agents die.
No, because there's the one who goes, not like this. Not like this. She does.
I'm sure her name is like Starfire or something.
Another lady?
Yeah, there's another lady Matrix person.
Flushed
Starfire.
person, though, right?
Uh,
Someone who's flushed,
Oh,
who's
she
in
has
the
short
ship.
hair, and she's
Yeah.
on the ship, and she has a relationship with Trunk or Truck.
Tank.
Tank.
Yeah.
Tonk.
Yeah, she gets killed though.
Oh,
They
not
all,
like this.
guys, a lot of people die.
Well, okay.
Who lives? Morpheus lives.
Yep.
Neo,
Neo lives.
Trinity.
Trinity.
Yep.
Someone on the ship.
A couple
Oh.
people. Well, I
Maybe
don't want to
Tank
give it away.
or his bro.
Yeah, one of
Oh,
those.
Tank has a twin bro.
Yeah.
I
No?
That
remember
might be
the twin bro.
twins.
They're
But
not
brothers.
Matrix people.
Oh, they're not. They're from the secret lands
Yeah.
that we get
Zion.
to. Zion, which sounds cooler than it is.
But
We just missed a lot of this movie.
Okay. We're gonna have to come back to this. But
All right, so on that, we will now hit pause. We're going to go watch The Matrix and eat pizza, and then we'll be right back. And we're back. We just saw The Matrix.
Wow. The first one.
I wanted to say we just saw Totes Recall, but that's
No.
the name of the
that's
podcast.
our podcast.
We just saw The Matrix, which is a very long movie.
Relatively.
It
Yeah.
is pretty long. 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Right. Which is actually, nowadays, pretty tight for a effects-heavy, like, action movie.
That's true. You got your-
I didn't feel like it was too long. I was interested most of the time, and I've seen the movie before.
yeah. As
a good
have we
point.
all.
I guess that's just how they made the movies in 1999,
That's true.
which was my guess.
Molly and Damlin nailed the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
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 9, which means this is a pre-college movie for me.
Okay.
Late high school. Dan, watching movies. I thought this movie was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's awesome.
The reason we know that is because periodically throughout the movie, Dan would go
during the movie.
during the movie, it's like, this movie's BA.
Or like you would start to like address something that was happening that we could also see on the screen,
Yeah.
and you'd be like, "Oh, this part." And we'd be like, "Yeah, we were also watching it."
You guys, watch the movie that's happening right now. It's so good.
The thing that was shocking to me rewatching this movie is there is so much plot in the opening 30 seconds of dialogue. You know, the first and
Yeah, that
probably
was a lot.
multiple times. Yes.
I looked up a really interesting fact.
Oh.
So, what's the name? I can't pronounce the director's names.
Wachowski.
Wachowski. They went to Warner Brothers and pitched this movie, and they said, we want $60 million to work on this movie, and they were like, no. So they gave them $10 million, and they made the opening sequence, showed them that, and they gave them the rest of the money to make the movie.
Oh, the Carrie and Moss beating up cops scene.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Ah.
So that whole... Sorry,
That whole
you were talking
sequence-
about 30 seconds.
Well, no, it's true though, because
That
in
phone
those
call.
first 30 seconds, there's that phone call that the first time you watch the movie, and maybe even the first 3 times, you don't pay a lot of attention, but it has everything in it. The love triangle,
Yeah.
the betrayal that's coming.
Joe
the-
Pasterone's
Yeah.
betrayal. Yeah.
Okay, and I just want to say, I thought that was the name of the character.
No.
So
No.
when they introduced him as Cypher in the movie, I was like, oh, you guys, that wasn't even close.
You guys are so wrong. It's not Joe Palomino.
I mean,
Which
that
would be a legit
that
hacker
would
name.
be totally Joe Palomino would be maybe not this kind of hacker name.
Yeah.
Like maybe like when the internet first, like when the World Wide Web first came into existence.
Yeah.
Like I could see Joe Palomino being the handle of like some dude in California, just like, oh, I'm just gonna try to access this university mainframe.
I love horses so much.
I loved that. Even like I like how even the people who weren't Matrix babies, you know what I mean, like who grew up in the Matrix, like even the guys who were like non-holy and had
Oh, sure.
just been
From Zion.
reproduced by humans.
Yeah.
Even they had like cool hacker names.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Tank and Dozer.
Tank and Dozer. But like those can't be the real names, right?
I don't know.
Maybe
Well,
in the future.
Zion.
let me put it to you this way.
Okay.
Are all of those people in Zion, are they originally from like exported Matrix people?
Yeah, maybe.
Or were they remnants? Like, was there a point where there were no humans not in the Matrix, and then some people got freed?
Right.
They founded Zion.
Right.
Or was Zion there from the beginning?
I think Zion was there from the beginning.
Okay, well that blows away my theory of it was populated by hackers.
Right. But it was definitely, like, super populated by hackers. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if there was, like a small colony, like in the Americas, say, right?
For example.
So you've got that one group of, like, Puritans, you know, but then a bunch of other people started to show up. And they're like, hey, we're also going to have these names.
I feel like this is too much thought for something that seems really obvious to me.
Which is?
If you found a city close to the Earth's core because it's warm, you want a cool name.
Sure.
A construction-based name.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Maybe that's the code. It's like if you're like a regular flesh baby, you spend so much time in the real world that you have physical based names.
Yeah.
So you're like Dozer, Tank. Yeah. Like I pushed real rocks around with my muscles.
Versus Cypher.
Whereas like Cypher, Morpheus, these are all like information and literary figures.
Oh, and then I had the realization during the movie that of course Neo is one.
Yes.
Which I don't know why I never put that together.
I had never
before.
put it together.
Really?
Either. No.
Again, you guys didn't look at the internet at all for like the 2 years after this movie came out?
I would like to also add that the internet completely failed me when I tried to look up the information about the body stunt double in the goo, or the body double in the goo. I came up with 1,000 search results that have nothing to do with
What was the best one? Double Canary?
Double Canary.
So that might be all bullshit. Is what you're saying.
I
saw it on TV. So.
I'll give Molly credit that the goo looked lukewarm, at least.
Yeah, but we were watching that scene, and it's pretty close up work on Keanu or a body double, and it feels like it wouldn't need to be a body double.
Right.
Right?
But when you see his actual stunt double, you will be like, oh my gosh, is that a stunt double or is that Keanu Reeves?
Oh.
Maybe it just looks so amazing.
So you're telling me that Keanu Reeves was willing to strap himself into I assume, genital compressing harness to do sweet moves, and was willing to have, like, Hugo Weaving manhandle him for hours at a time and let, like, dust of exploding columns just go all over his lungs and nasal membranes, but he refused to get into a bathtub
That's like where he
full of corn syrup?
Well, I think it's the amount of clothes he is wearing.
Sure.
He probably didn't want to, give away the
Show
goods
off
for
them
free.
goods.
Which, by the way, I think no butt in that scene.
I think unclear
No
butt.
butt.
No butt.
Beth's saying no butt.
There was no butt. If there was a butt in junior high, I would have been like, haha, butt.
If there was a butt tonight, I would have been like, haha, butt.
Yeah.
Right.
There was like a claw thing
Yeah.
that like went down over his body
Yeah.
and it covered up. You could see his
Bottom
his bottom
area.
Like, yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was tastefully done.
Yeah.
It wasn't a full butt.
If anything, this movie is tasteful.
This movie is very tasteful.
Right? Like the way they tastefully ripped those humans to shreds for 20 minutes in the lobby of that building.
Yeah, we're talking about that. This is a very ends justify the means type of mentality. Like, they are killing humans.
Oh, tons.
Like
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
But both of them are.
Yeah.
Because, like, every time the agents possess somebody and then they kill the agent,
Yeah.
that person
well,
is dead.
yeah, I'm not surprised the agents don't care.
Sure.
Like, it's just a resource.
Yes.
Like how we kill animals now. Or
We
plants.
get it. You're vegetarian.
I still order pepperoni pizza every time you monsters destroy pigs.
Okay.
Pepperoni though, delicious. Joey pepperoni.
My name is Joni Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Oh, yeah. Can we talk about Joey Pepperoni?
Yeah.
Or you weren't finished? You were...
Yeah, but the, like, resistance, as it were,
Yeah.
the Matrix people, who they don't have, like, a good term. I guess they're the resistance,
Yeah.
right?
I think so.
They don't seem to care
The
much
people of Zion.
about the lives of those that are still in the Matrix.
Right.
Well,
they kind of established early on with, like, Neo before he takes the pill. Like, they established there are, like, aberrations in the population where, like, human beings just feel like something's wrong their whole life. So I guess maybe they figure like, well, there's no hope for these people because they're not weirdos.
Yeah.
Like they don't have that little thing in their brain that makes them think like something's weird, so they could never be unplugged.
But don't people always think there's something weird? Isn't that the fantasy that this taps into?
Well, the fantasy of the like angsty teen
Yeah.
named Dan Linden who loved this movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
hell
this
yeah.
taps into no one understands me.
Yes.
Why isn't my life working? Why
Yeah.
don't girls want to date me?
Right.
Oh, it's because I'm special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's because the program that we live in says that I shouldn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm too powerful and magical to have a girlfriend.
That is like half of
Yeah.
fantasy
Which,
movies.
yeah. I did have another flashback of 18-year-old Dan.
Oh, good.
The very end of the movie, the love of Trinity
Yes.
saves Neo, essentially.
Yes.
Like, wakes him up, Sleeping Beauty style.
Yeah.
And it felt really tacked on to me when I first watched it, and it felt tacked on again now.
Yeah.
It feels real rushed, like, oh, we need a love story. We throw it in here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right here. And I think when I first watched it, as Dan, who did not have any girlfriends in high school,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is dumb. Why
Right.
do you- let's just do kung fu instead of this bullshit.
Why didn't you just karate chop his heart so he came back to life?
Yeah, that'd be so sweet. Yeah.
But isn't the idea, though, that there has to be some human element,
Yeah.
and it happens in this case to be romantic love?
Right.
I can't believe I'm defending it. I was vocally not for it during the movie. But I think there is, and also I think they're really stretching the whole spiritual aspect of it.
Yes.
That it is the Holy Trinity that brings the one back from the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have to say it in comic book voice, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's very...
Jesus.
But it feels borrowed and tacked on. I would say
yeah.
that whole spiritual element feels
Yeah.
very not authentic to the story to me.
Well, they did, but I mean, I don't know. It's like there's so much deliberate symbolism in these movies.
Oh,
That-
there's so many metaphors.
Yeah.
So many metaphors.
Well, and like even the names of things, like I mean, I don't know. I used to know all this shit because, like I said, I read the internet the 2 years after this movie came out. But like the name of this ship and the name, even Morpheus himself, his name and all the other,
God of Sleep.
yeah,
Is that Morpheus?
yeah,
Nebuchadnezzar is a sleep-based thing too, right?
probably. I don't remember anymore. Should we do Totes Recall, the stuff I read late at night when I didn't want to go to bed?
Wikipedia hole.
Yeah.
Something that I think Dan pointed out while we were watching this movie, after I decided that Trinity is the real hero of this movie, is
Yeah.
that she's essentially the Hermione of this movie.
Yeah.
Who's
She already
the
knows
hero.
everything.
Yeah.
She saves everyone's life.
At least. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think at some point she saves everybody.
Yeah. Like
Right?
every time she's, I don't know, Neo does all the cool stuff,
Yeah.
but like, even after he like dodges a bullet, he's gonna get blown away. And then she's like, dodge
Right.
this.
Wait, does that
That's
mean...
awesome.
So is Joe Pepperoni the Ron Weasley of the Matrix movies?
Oh!
No. He's like, if anything, he's not Snape, that other kid.
He's
Draco?
like a Draco
Draco.
Malfoy.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, no. I don't know.
I feel like this metaphor is stretched. Like, I feel like the comparison is stretched as far as it can,
yeah.
right?
The point is that she is the most awesome.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
doesn't get the credit she
No.
You
deserves.
get the kudos.
She's 2.
Too late.
Oh, he's one, she's two.
Oh, she's the two?
Kind of cute, I guess.
Yeah.
No. Because she's then put as a second. She's not like in the following films.
Yes.
Doesn't he save her a bunch then?
Yeah, I think so.
He like has to reach into her stomach to like pull out a bullet or something like
Maybe.
that.
Oh, we should talk about that.
Can we talk about the belly
Yes.
button?
Yes.
I think, I don't know if I speak for Dan and Beth when I say that I was sad that there's no animal danger in this movie to watch a classic Molly Chase
Reaction.
Totes
Yeah.
Recall Animal Danger reaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
However,
Trademark. However, we learned something new about Molly, which is that belly button stuff
Yeah.
is as disturbing
Yes.
as a pistol in a calf mouth.
yes.
So when the little
Proby thing.
robot shrimp that they stick inside Neo
Yeah.
to track him, goes into his belly button. Molly, do you want to talk a little bit about just your experience with that?
It's just horrifying.
You had to hide
Because
your
I
entire
had-
face.
Yeah,
It
you
was-
like curled up.
Horrible. I think I have a very sensitive belly button, and it's a very uncomfortable. It's like biting down on tinfoil while like scratching a chalkboard. Like it's the worst feeling in the world. And it's to the point where like, you know, the little doughboy, the Pillsbury,
Yeah.
where they like think they're cute by
Poking.
poking
Jabbing.
his belly. I have to look away. It's so
Wow.
like viscerally like painful and gross to me.
Huh.
So the whole idea of like a shrimp robot,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's creepy.
It is creepy. It's deliberately creepy.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about his like crazy closed mouth.
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
There's a lot of weird, like, body stuff that I
Yeah,
just forgot about.
me too.
Like, with I remember that he was, like, plugged into the Matrix system or whatever, but I forgot about the part with, like, they, like, remove all the little, like, plugs
Yeah.
that are in his arm, and then they always have that huge one in the back of their head,
Yeah.
which I feel like is begging for infection.
That's true.
I'm sure they swab it when you
They'll
know.
keep it clean.
Yeah, like before
I'm
they
sure
go
it's
to bed.
antiseptic goo.
Before they go to bed. Oh, well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, but when,
That's true.
once
We're
they're
in-
freed from the Matrix...
But it's probably like
Post-bacterial
super antibacterial material, right? It's the future.
Although that's an interesting thing, because like, wouldn't you be susceptible to viruses, or would viruses be gone?
Like computer viruses or
No,
real
like
viruses?
real viruses.
Yeah, like no one...
Because you have no antibodies.
Well, but they've got...
Maybe
if you get the common cold in the Matrix,
Yeah.
you get the cold in the real world,
I don't know.
right?
If only they had cut to Joe Pepperoni in the real world when he sneezed in the Matrix, so we
Yeah.
could see if he sneezed in the real world.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
But then those life forms don't exist in the real world, like that cat. So the cat that is a glitch in the Matrix,
Yeah.
there's no corollary cat in the real world,
No,
right?
no, that's
Is
a
there
fake
a
cat.
goo farm with cats?
No.
No, it's only
Everything's
people.
dead.
There's no animal.
It's incredibly depressing.
non-human
Everything's
animal.
dead.
But people have cats in the Matrix, right?
Well,
yeah, but those are computer
Digital
programmed
cats.
cats.
They're like
cats.
what are those called?
They're Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis. Yeah,
Yeah, they're really advanced Tamagotchis.
yeah, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. One thing I thought before and remembered and thought again was why humans? Like
why
why
not
not
cows?
cows? Yeah, or
Right.
whales? Or there's got to be some animal that produces more heat and bioelectricity per volume
Sure.
than humans.
Maybe in the process of like destroying the entire ecosystem of the planet, we ended up killing most of the other organic life.
Oh, right, because
Fair.
we blocked out the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe it was sort of our own fault. And also, I feel like with Agent Smith, you kind of get the sense that like the machines were just kind of dicks, and we're just like, well, screw it. We're just gonna ironically turn you into our power source.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's sort of like the AI colony like learned
maximum disrespect.
like disrespect and irony.
Yeah.
And just like wanted to. They basically, you know what it was, is because humans were like Neo in that interrogation room was like, why don't I give you the finger?
Yeah.
And I got my phone call. Like that was the entire war between man and machine, and that was the equivalent of the machines coming back. It's like, yeah, well, how's this for a finger?
Yeah.
And then they plug them into the goo bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so speaking of the agents, I wrote down fish lazy lip to try to encapsulate the way that the agent talks.
Oh, Agent
Oh.
Smith.
There's kind of a...
Yeah,
Mr. Anderson.
When I was a kid, I was like, I love this. I love how weird this guy is. But
Yeah.
now that I know, well, now that the world knows who Hugo Weaving is,
Yeah.
I realize, like, oh, he's trying really hard to not have an Australian accent. That's why he's talking like
Oh, is that
that.
what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mr.
I mean, I'm sure part of it was like a
Anderson.
deliberate choice, but it was also clearly like, I am enunciating a lot to sound like I am in America.
Yeah.
There must have been some choice there too.
Oh,
to, like,
for sure.
elongate
Well-
his S's. I really like that
I
choice.
love
I
that
think it's
character.
And it's reflected in Mr. Anderson's boss, who talks the same way.
He was like almost a weird, like almost Hugo Weaving. That actually threw me off for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Okay.
His boss.
He
Yeah.
was drawing a parallel between the Matrix and corporate America.
Oh, yeah. Suck it, Mitt Romney.
Yeah, I think that's an intentional parallel. They both talk
Yeah.
about having two choices.
Right.
Choices.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this? This
Yeah.
whole movie is a computer program with if-then statements.
Right.
Ah.
He has a choice so many times, and he has to actively choose. There are at least 5 major choices.
Yeah. You talk about choice a lot.
Yeah.
Probably, and then also about how fate is bullshit.
Right.
Making choices is kind of the opposite of fate.
Like,
Sort of.
Right.
I guess.
But then fate's not bullshit because...
Having two choices
Yeah.
is what I mean. Like, if it was fate,
Yeah.
you wouldn't actually have any choices.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then fate happened at the end and saved him because she was fated to fall in love with the one, and she did.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but the Oracle says when he knocks over the vase, she says, "Now to really blow your mind, would you have knocked it over if I hadn't said anything at all?"
Yeah.
Right.
I feel
So
like
I think
they...
that's a little extra thing
Yeah.
to think about.
And I just want to say her exact phrase was, "Cook your noodle."
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
That was great.
Oh,
she was
okay.
great. She died before the next movies, and they had to replace her.
Oh, that's true. Do they explicitly make the point in this movie that she tells you what you need to hear and
Yes.
not the actual truth?
I
That's
mean,
what
I don't think anyone
Morpheus-
says it out loud, do they?
Yeah, Morpheus.
I thought they were
Or
pretty
Orpheus
explicit.
says it,
Like,
yeah.
I guess Morpheus says, like, it's for you alone.
No, but later he's like, she told you what you needed to hear.
yeah, because it's like she tells him he's not the one,
Right.
but really he is. But
he
she
has
tells
to
him that,
figure that out on his own.
And he has to
he'll
choose to be the one.
sacrifice himself.
Yes. And choose to remember that there is no spoon or bullets.
Yeah.
Which is why his heart can get restarted
That's true.
after dying.
Well, love's first true love kiss
Right.
restarts his heart.
Sure it does.
He uses computer magic to stop bullets.
Speaking of computer magic,
Yeah.
I was delighted that special effects did not seem that dated.
Right.
Like, it definitely looked like it was filmed earlier than now. Like, just in terms of, like, the quality of the picture.
Yeah.
And, like, the cameras they used. But in terms of, like, the crazy shit they thought up, it was still super fun to watch.
Yeah, everything looked good. I thought it wasn't like watching Ghostbusters again.
Sure.
Where there's just like it looks like someone's just drawing static
Yeah,
on the screen.
right.
Yeah.
All the like squid dudes, it all looked legit.
Pretty good.
Except that door blowing off. That always gets me.
The door.
I thought the one that I thought looked the worst was when he jumps inside the agent and breaks them apart, and he
Oh.
like breaks into like glowing green pieces,
Right.
which to me just seemed
a little...
On the nose.
Keyword on board.
Maybe they'd used all their money at that
Little
point.
bit.
like, and there goes $80 million.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's that column scene when they first go into the bank and there's a lot of exploding dust.
Yeah, that cost a lot of money.
Costs a lot of money. But that actually, I was thinking if you were to make it now, whether they would bother with all that, if it would all just be...
James Cameron wouldn't.
Yeah.
David Fincher might.
It would be a
Christopher
style
Nolan
choice.
would.
We're going to do all of them.
No.
All the directors.
It's just like, no, but like it is. Like,
Spielberg.
it's like a whole thing now. Because now it's like some people are just like, fuck yeah, blue screen cube all the way.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, no, give me some money so I can build a bunch of weird shit in this warehouse.
Yeah. Practical effects.
It's a whole thing now.
The choice
Oh.
between practical and computer.
Well,
effects.
plus with all that dust, you get dust muscles.
Oh my god, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah. No one but me remember dust muscles.
I never even noticed. I never noticed that until you pointed it out.
When he's subway fighting Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Which is an awesome fight.
Guys, if you didn't know by now, this movie is awesome.
Awesome.
And he like does his Bruce Lee flex thing
Yeah.
before he fights, and dust just like
Pops off his biceps.
muscles.
It's amazing. I never noticed that before. Do you think that was a happy accident, or they were like, we need muscle dust? Like, do you think that just worked out, and they were like, holy shit, this is great?
Maybe. I think if they noticed it, then they were like, oh, we need more dust.
Maybe. Maybe, like, when they first started doing the scene, and they were hitting each other, they noticed how much the dust was flying off, and they're like, this is awesome. We need to put more dust on him.
Or Keanu's just like, whoa, it's dusty.
Guys, what if I put dust on my biceps?
Whoa, and then I kung fu the dust. Whoa. I love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I have no shame. He's great in this movie.
He really is.
As like just sort of like a blank
Is he?
slate. Yes.
Yes.
I think his like
Yes.
wooden acting style fits this because he stands in for the everyman.
And he's so
Yeah.
confused half the time, which
Yeah.
totally makes sense because his
Yeah.
entire reality is being shattered.
Yeah.
But he had some interesting line readings.
Maybe that's
definitely.
why I don't buy the love story at all, because you need some amount of passion.
Right.
And his wooden lips.
Well, that's what, like, I don't understand why she's in love with him, other than that, like, she is, like, an amazing woman, just pities him. Because there's no reason that she should love him.
Let me present.
They don't even talk to each
Can
other.
I present
really.
this to you?
Yes.
Well, first of all, we don't know how much time passed while they were science acupuncturing him to make his muscles work again.
That's true, but kind of. Because the beginning date is in 1998, when the first code comes up,
Okay.
and the second date is in 1999. So it's 1 year. They
Beth.
could have talked to each other.
in the Matrix, we don't know if time's the same
That's
in
true.
and outside the
Good
Matrix.
point. Good point.
Let me present this to you. Okay. Tank and Dozer, I'm sure they've got some girls back home, or men, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Tank
Like they're
definitely goes both.
right. Because those two are both like healthy, sexually active men. Because one, they're not afraid of sex because that's where they came from. They came from sex,
Exactly.
so it's not a mysterious, terrifying thing to them. So they're out. You got Morpheus, father figure. No way.
Yeah.
Then you got Joe Pepperoni, and there was clearly some history there.
Yeah.
Because Joe Pepperoni had a thing for her.
He wants in on that Trinity. He wants to be
in on that trim.
in on that Trinity. He wants to make the quadrilateral with his
No,
point.
please.
No.
No.
No, go ahead.
He wants to overlap, make it a Star of David by overlapping his
No!
Trinity on top.
Wow.
Nope. He wants to.
My point is, Keanu Reeves was probably the most attainable / attractive man on that ship.
But does she love him?
Yeah, that's an argument for like, okay, I'll bang you.
Yeah.
Because I want to bang, and you're the least gross. Because she's a vibrant woman with a healthy sexual
Independent.
appetite. She doesn't care.
No.
But yeah, being in love, he's just sort of there.
Look, let's just remember that this is a movie, and that you could make this argument about the last 10 minutes of most movies where they're like, oh, we're in love. At least with this one, she was like a magic woman in an apartment told me I'm in love, instead of the movies from the last 60 years. It was like, oh, I guess we'll get married now, even though you were a total monster to me for 90 minutes, and then they do the iris and it's over.
Yeah.
But I agree, like, it's not believable. Like, as soon as we started watching the movie and they, like, met, I was like, oh, yeah, they don't really do that much for her to suddenly be in love with him.
I do want to see all the other scenes, the romantic comedy version of this.
Right.
None of the action. It's just them
Hanging out on the ship?
having misconnections on the ship, bumping into each other.
I spilled weird snot egg goo all over
Yeah,
me.
they have a cute dinner date where they eat the weird amino acids.
Right.
If it were a rom-com, it'd be very easy to switch it into one because there's that really powerful scene where you think he's about to be killed, and she says, but he can't die.
Right.
He's the one. And all you have to insert is, and I'm turning 30.
Yeah.
And it is immediately Bridget Jones.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
She's desperate.
And then Joe, panting Pro V, is hiding in the corner, poking his head around one of those tubes.
Yeah.
Grumbling to himself.
Ugh.
I did not remember when Joe P's ultimate betrayal comes to fruition. He starts zapping Tank and Dozer with electro guns.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that there was then him monologuing for 5 minutes and being super creepy to Trinity's
He's
Matrix coma body.
up on her real world body,
Ugh.
just breathing
Real
on
gross.
her face.
So as an actress,
Yes.
the amount of discipline and control to remain totally impassive while his mustache,
Can we talk about that facial hair?
Disgusting.
Can we talk about that
goatee.
facial hair?
Yeah.
That was
it's
incredible.
like a soul patch. It's like an exaggerated soul patch.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Was it a soul patch grown long, or was it a vertical line of facial hair coming out from the lip to the chin that then dangled? You know what I mean?
Oh.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Could he lift it up and touch his nose?
No,
Or
I
was
think
it a
it-
line of hair?
It was
like a
part.
toupee.
It was part goatee.
Okay.
I think it was take a Hitler mustache,
Yeah.
rotate it 90 degrees, and move it down below the lip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is...
But it was also long. Like, there was a bit of it hooking down.
It was so gross. Whenever they do him on profile, close up, and he'd start talking, I was just, like, watching it, like, flit around. That was my belly button robot. Joe P's facial hair.
Weird.
Who's an attractive man in other situations.
Sure.
Is he?
Clearly.
Is he?
I mean, I'm sure.
Joe
He
Pepperoni?
has to be much more attractive than that.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
Anyone to shave that off, you'd be like 10 times
Keanu
better.
Reeves with that would look unattractive.
I don't know about that.
I bet he can pull it off.
He's amazing.
He might have that kind of facial hair in another movie, actually.
He probably does some creeper movie.
Some creeper movie.
Yeah. One other thing about this movie that I really like, and maybe other people wouldn't, I feel like there's a lot of like lines. Like if you were gonna assemble a quote list, there's a lot to put on there. There's a lot of like one line phrases in there. Like at the beginning where the cop's like, "You could forget about that jurisdiction crap."
Yeah.
That always made me laugh. And then he's like, "We can handle one little girl. You don't understand. Your men are already dead." Yeah, there's a lot of ones that just pop out.
I am actually somewhat ashamed to admit how much I relate to part of Agent Smith's, like, not the part that like a sophomore in college is obsessed with, where he's like, humans are a virus and they're taking over, but the later part where he's like, I have to get out of here, I hate this place, I hate being surrounded by all of you, this is a prison. That monologue is exactly how I feel every time I go to a mall. Every time I walk in, I'm like, oh my god, I'm Agent Smith. Because the whole time, just like, fuck these people. I have to get out of here as quickly as I can. This disgusting mass of human garbage.
And you feel their
just
stench
walking
on you.
around, drones in their own mind prison. Oh, let me buy a candle. Ooh, the iPhone 7 has come out. Let me try it. Oh, does it bend? I don't care. $700.
So you need the keys to blow up the mall or something?
What I'm saying, guys, is
You're a
that
terrorist.
I am just a misanthrope who loved this movie as a child, which is probably not surprising.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, black trench coats, Dark Knight shot scenes with raves,
Yeah.
sunglasses all the time.
We're running down walls. Rage Against the Machine and Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that music goes.
I like one thing I always like about future movies is when the technology like both goes above and below where it should be.
Yeah.
Like they can program their brains to know jujitsu or whatever, but they're still using like zip disks to load it up onto the server.
Right.
Yep.
Like they don't just have
Flip phones.
Yeah.
they just don't have storage
Yeah.
somewhere that they just access.
Right.
It has to be this like drawer full of little diskettes.
Right.
Although, I guess you could make an argument that the machines already own the cloud. So maybe
Right.
the safest, because like Battlestar Galactica,
They have to keep
where
it-
it's safer, it's
Sure,
not
I
online.
can believe not on the cloud, but why don't they just have like a central server, like
Yeah.
a hard disk?
Right.
They would just double click
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just
on the...
yeah.
Like drop and drag
it's just
into...
already there. They don't have to like shuffle through the
Right.
thing and find the actual physical disk and pop it in.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I liked how I always like that. Yeah, like the like everything. Whenever they're in the Matrix, everything they have, all their accoutrements are like this super sleek, cool whatever. But because it was 1999, their like badass mobile phone is still this like clunky,
Yeah.
like. Basically, it looks like a child's toy because it has sweet spring-loaded action.
Yep. The bottom pops out
Yeah.
to access the keypad.
Yeah. And I remember, like, kind of been this movie, after, I enjoyed the movie, but, like, after pop culture, like, consumed it, I remember thinking how I was, like, trying so hard to be cool with, like, the sunglasses and the all black and the trench coats. But then when he first wakes up in the ship, like, I'd forgotten how they dressed in the real world. And it's like, oh, well, if you had to wear, like, like worn out gray thermals every day of your life.
Yeah.
Of course, when you were in Magic Internet, you give yourself like sweet trench coats and crazy sunglasses.
Those looks awesome when you roll along the walls.
Yeah.
I would say like half the movie was shot in the reflection of somebody's sunglasses.
Yes.
Yeah. Usually Morpheus's.
Yeah.
Some rearview mirrors too.
Yeah, a lot of reflections.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, because
side
they're a reflection of their true selves in the
Oh, spooky.
There it all goes.
Matrix. Haunted internet. Yeah.
By the way, Morpheus's glasses are called a pince-nez.
Pince-nez?
Well, I knew.
Nez.
I
It's
meant.
like a French word.
Yeah. I meant like that
Are you
specific.
pretending that you knew what that word was?
Yeah.
Yes, I am pretending.
Well, no, I'm not.
You already knew pince-nez?
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I was saying
Then
like
why did you not at least once make the joke, Joey Pince-nez?
because I didn't think of it.
Fair enough.
Duh.
I was saying that those specific shaded spectacles. I think that brand of glasses
Oh,
are
sure.
named after this movie somehow because they
Right.
I think
Oh.
designed them for the movie.
I have so many facts today, you guys.
Okay.
There was something about like Ray-Ban and some other sunglasses company tried to like get in on this.
Yeah.
And they came in and they're like, we'll make these super sweet sunglasses for you, like personalized for your characters.
Yeah.
And then they ended up winning the sponsorship or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, and I think I read that for Men in Black, it made, I don't know, however many millions of dollars in sales for the movie, but the sales of Ray-Bans were more. The
Yeah.
sunglasses
Yeah, Men
did
in Black
better
was
than the
better than
film.
the movie.
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy because that movie did well.
it
Right.
did
Imagine.
very well.
Yeah.
I'll look up the numbers later.
Please do.
Me too. Yeah, this movie had a pretty healthy product placement. Not a ton.
No.
But
Why
like,
did they cover up the name of the
Battery?
batteries?
Duracell?
They called it a copper top.
Maybe
Which
Duracell.
was a big
Maybe they
Duracell
approached Duracell and were like, we don't want to be associated with the evil robots that enslave humanity.
The batteries in this movie are slaves.
Right.
Well, but I also wonder if they didn't want to pay Duracell for use of it.
Maybe.
What were there other... I can't even think of any other brands in there.
FedEx. He gets a FedEx
Yep.
package.
Okay.
The sweet spring-loaded cell phones were Nokia.
Nokia phones.
That
NyQuil?
group was.
Anytime I see those pills, I think they're NyQuil.
They do look like
Oh.
NyQuil and DayQuil.
I
Yeah.
think about that when I get NyQuil and DayQuil.
You're like,
Yeah.
this is the blue pill.
Uh-oh.
Is the blue pill NyQuil? Because
Yeah.
you keep
Yeah.
sleeping?
Oh.
You guys.
That's a major sponsorship.
Yeah, they should have just called it that. You take the NyQuil. You keep...
Continue into your.
Yeah.
Well, sleeping in goo. Never mind.
No, go ahead. This is fascinating. You're
Nope.
obsessed with the goo.
I am. It just is so gross.
Here's the conversation everybody probably had in 1999.
Yep.
Would you take the red pill or the blue pill?
I feel exhausted of that question.
Yeah.
Like I
think
don't
let's
know.
recall our memories of having that conversation without actually having the conversation.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm sure I talked about it.
I feel
but I don't
like
remember.
if it were presented in that exact same scenario,
Yeah.
I feel like here is a strange, like eloquent, like well-spoken man
Yeah.
who is like intensely telling me to take this drug that I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I feel like my choice might be, I'm going to go home now.
Yeah, how about
Please
I-
put your pills away.
How about I don't take drugs from you?
Or maybe I would say, how about I give you the finger
Yeah.
and you drive me home, please.
You give me my phone call.
Because we're in a strange
'Cause we're in
building.
a strange-
I'm not familiar with where we are.
It's 1999. My Nokia phone does not have maps.
No.
Well, but they kind of hint that he doesn't have a life for a reason,
Right.
right? Because Trinity has that whole speech in
Yeah.
the club.
Yeah. No,
I
there's
know why
precedence.
you don't.
Yeah.
Which is a real club, by the way.
Oh.
All those people were actually at that club.
Did they know they were in the Matrix?
I think so.
Or were they just like secretly
They were
filming?
told to come in full costume.
Yeah, Raven.
That's where they save money. That's how they got the money for all those columns they had to replace.
They just got real ravers to come?
Yes. Beth, are there any other facts
Oh,
that we
I
should know?
just looked up a lot of facts. I didn't even watch the movie a second time. I
Yeah,
just looked
it's
up
facts. Beth facts.
Here comes Beth with her facts.
Oh, this one I thought was interesting. But, okay, so the other female character in the movie Switch,
Yeah.
originally
Not like
in the script was supposed to be a man in like the real world, and then a woman in the Matrix.
Oh.
Which is why her name is Switch.
Oh.
But Warner Brothers
Typical.
decided to change that. But I thought that was interesting.
That would have been cool.
That
Yeah.
was so cool. Well, plus there's that moment where Switch dies, which
Yeah.
is actually a very sad moment
It
when all
is.
these people are dying. And you would think in that moment that perhaps she and Trinity would exchange some words, not about a man.
I know, they got so close.
Oh,
They got
yeah.
so
They got
close.
so
That was our
close.
nearest miss on the Bechdel
Because she
test.
said, she spoke to Trinity. Like, she was looking at Trinity when
Yeah.
she was like, not like this.
Not
Not like this.
Yeah.
Trinity could have been like, I'm sorry, I love you.
Yeah.
Something.
Or just like, switch.
Switch, no.
Switch,
Yeah,
no.
or like anything.
No!
I remember, that actually really interested me because I remember, like, I actually had the thought, watching the movie now, as a adult who's continued to live in society. I remember when that movie came out, I remember, like, thinking that character was weird because she was so androgynous. You know what I mean? Like, I, just compared to every other person on, like,
That was
team.
hypersexualized.
Yeah,
Yep.
but like she was so androgynous. I remember like thinking that, like, oh, that she looks so different from everybody else.
Yeah.
And she
That's
dressed
what-
in white instead of black.
Yes.
It said that she like originally just auditioned for the female role, and then but it was supposed to be like an androgynous looking man and an androgynous looking woman.
That would have been really cool.
In this is based off a comic, right?
No.
No, this is OG storytelling.
This is OG Wachowski nut jobs. I'm sure they've been sued at some point in the last 15 years of somebody like, this was my idea. Then you... They made a comic, sort of, because to pitch this movie, or at least maybe to get more money, they basically storyboarded half the movie and just like handed it to them. So they basically turned it into a comic, probably because it was easier to just draw it out than be like, and then she runs up the corner of the wall and kicks the cop in the face.
Yeah.
Right?
And then she's like, dodge this.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah, and then I guess it'd also be really hard to be like, and then he bends backwards and dodges bullets, but in a cool way you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So it's like the polka? No, what
What?
is it?
What?
No, what's the thing with the bar?
Oh, limbo.
Limbo.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like limbo.
I had no idea what you were saying.
I thought you were trying to say it's like the Matrix, and then you'd be like, we can't say that because now people say that
All the
it's
time.
like the Matrix.
Everything's the Matrix.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything. It's like, I feel weird. It's the Matrix. Or now it's like, the internet. The Matrix. Like, anytime someone wants to make a comment about the internet, it's either the Matrix, the Skynet from Terminator movies,
Or blame Obama.
or blame Obama.
Yeah. Or if you like to be clever, it's like The Net, starring Sandra Bullock.
Oh, we should watch that.
I've never seen it.
I bet it's
Killing me.
super dated.
It is so fun.
Yeah?
Well, maybe it's terrible.
I'm
Beth,
sure
do you
it's
have any
terrible.
more facts for us?
Those are all the facts that I have.
Did we make any bets this time, or were you just telling us how awesome it was?
It was supposed to be
You said
Sandra
that it was awesome.
I bet it was
Oh,
awesome.
the name.
Which I did.
Oh, what was the guy's actual name? Did we talk about that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The actual name is Pantoliano.
Pantoliano. Hey,
It's me, Joe Pantoliano.
you heard of this spaceship going under the ground?
Me and Trinity are gonna get married, so I'm gonna blast your tank and dozer away with lightning.
Hey, I'm a Ghostbuster. I'm black. I ain't afraid of no... Because it looked like a... Forget it.
Ain't afraid of no Morpheus. You think you're so smart. Not like Joe Pantoliano.
Oh, this is something that... This came up way more in the sequels, but, like, it is, to the credit of the Wachowskis, like, good on them making a sci-fi movie where it wasn't just a bunch of white dudes in a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was still very dude heavy.
Yes.
But
the
pretty
dudes, at least, were
multicultural.
multicultural.
Yeah.
You
There
know.
was like a...
Indeed.
APOC was Asian, maybe?
I
Middle
really
Eastern?
think he
Greek?
was on General Hospital.
He might have been Greek.
I forgot to look it up.
You want to do a late bet?
APOC is
You guys
Greek.
both want to do a late bet where Epoch was both Greek and on General Hospital?
Yeah, that's our late bet. Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter to answer whether or not APOC is Greek
Or
and or Asian and on General Hospital.
All of those were indoors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, just like the Matrix. Guys, we're in the Matrix.
You have two choices.
Yeah, but to answer your question, we made very few bets. The year, Bechdel test,
Yeah.
butts,
Yep.
and Joe Pepperoni's name.
We covered everything.
And also the hacker name.
Have we actually said his name yet?
Yeah. Pantoliano.
Okay. We've
Well,
just
you
said...
guys, but did we say his name yet?
Pantoliano.
Ah, we're in the Matrix!
What?
Because of the deja vu.
Oh, I thought you just wanted us to say more stupid fake names.
Oh,
No?
It's not Paste or Palomino.
Hey, Joe
Valentino.
Joe Papa John.
Hey, Papa John's, better pizza, better Matrix.
Yeah, so the nuance of the multiculturalism
Yeah.
in the Matrix was really good.
Speaking of corporate sponsorships,
Oh.
did you guys see, like, pretty recently in the past, there was a whole Kia ad campaign where Morpheus was just, like, very present as Morpheus saying,
In character?
drive this Kia. Yeah, it was Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus selling Kias.
Oh, right. And then that
I think
dumb...
it was maybe called the Morpheus. or
Yeah,
something.
and then that dumb newscaster was interviewing Samuel L. Jackson and thought it was him.
Racism. Awkward.
boy.
That has nothing to do with this movie.
Wow.
Or does it?
Or does it? Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Trench coats?
We know I loved this movie. So I think I bet originally 4 trench coats and 2 Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Yes.
You can confirm that?
Yes. I wrote that down.
I think I might jack it up to a full 5 trench coats.
Okay.
Whoa.
How many Ray-Bans?
All of them. 5 Ray-Bans. 5 across the board. I think rewatching this might be one of my favorite movies of all time. This might be a top 5 dance movies.
Wow.
There was not, except for that love scene at the end. I loved every moment of this movie.
Sure.
Kung Fu is awesome.
Kung Fu is awesome.
Yeah.
Good job.
The one-liners are still
What's
awesome.
his name?
Yeah, Wu
Wu
Ping.
Ping.
Yen Wu... Yeah.
When
right?
you ping?
Oh, you wrote it down?
When ping you?
No, you didn't write it down.
I did. I wrote down
Yeah.
2 of the 3 names.
Oh, Molly!
It was scrolling by really fast.
Is Wu Ping.
Anyway, that guy's awesome. He's done
awesome.
other movies,
He's done other-
and they're always... At least those parts are always great.
Yeah.
The movies might be terrible, but...
Yeah, I think my favorite fight move might be when he runs up that pole Neo does, and he thinks he's going to kick ass, and then Morpheus just kicks him right in the side. And he's like, do you think that's air you're breathing? Matrix.
Oh, yeah, that was intense.
Yeah. All right, we'll stop talking about how much.
What about you, Beth?
What was...
She started out with 3.
I'll probably keep it at 3.
But if you hadn't been reading facts the whole time, what
Yeah.
was your...
No, I enjoyed the movie. I don't think it's one of my favorite movies, especially Kung Fu wise. I like some other ones better.
Oh.
I'm the Kung Fu snob.
No.
No, just kidding, I'm not. But I did enjoy it. I think that the reason that I didn't like it as much as I could have liked it is Keanu Reeves drives me nuts.
Sure.
He just didn't say anything really in the beginning. It was like, well, then what does this mean?
Yeah.
What about that's
But you know that's a
added
script.
That's
I know,
his job,
but
yeah.
it's a script, but I just added more emotion into that question than he did. Like his life, as he knows it, is being ripped from him.
Yeah.
Like it's not at all what.
But he threw up.
Yeah, he threw
That's
up.
how you know.
Threw up.
That's true.
He's shutting down. Some people will explode
Right.
when their minds
Some
are
people
blown.
will Al Pacino it.
Al Pacino. Yeah.
Some people...
And he just is gonna kind of more
He's just
catatonic.
like, okay, I'm okay with this. Whoa.
To be fair, I agree with you entirely. But,
Yes.
to be fair, it was also... I feel like his, I am accepting all this is the same as, also I'm in love with you. It's just sort of like, all right, this movie is already 90 minutes long, and we haven't even gotten to the sweet columns blowing up yet. Just, he's fine. He gets it. Kung Fu. But yes, I agree.
Well, my vote is 3 trench coats.
3 trenches. How many Ray-Ban sunglasses?
Well, at least 50% of it, because that's how much was shot in the reflection of sunglasses.
Oh, right. Good. Good choice. Me?
Yes.
Oh, what did I say?
3.
3?
Yep.
All right. I think I'm going to... I'm going to agree. I'm going to bump it up to 5 trench coats.
Yeah.
Because it was...
Oh my god.
Because it was... I enjoyed it, way way closer to as much as I enjoyed it as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like...
It wasn't diminished. As
No, like, as I was watching, I'm like, oh yeah, this is still, like, the same movie that I enjoy. Like, there weren't as many points where I was like, oh, here's a flaw I ignored when I was a kid. And I think the reason I was so, I don't know. The reason I expected to find flaws in it is I think I was just blurring all three movies together.
Yeah.
But this movie really doesn't have most of the problems of the other two. Like, I think I just assumed all three of them were all the same. But now, my memory as a child apparently was correct, and the other two movies just sort of take a weird tonal shift, and they just add a bunch of unnecessary bullshit that weighs down what is still pretty impressive kung fu and very impressive special effects with a bunch of crap that didn't need to happen or definitely be said out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that way, especially going into the third movie.
Yeah.
I really felt, even walking in the door, I was like, I'm just going to this out of obligation.
Right, because you've seen the second one.
So, and that one was so unsatisfying that I was like, well, maybe the third one will make you feel better. But I do feel like my memory of this movie has suffered under the weight of the second and third.
Me too.
Because, watching this movie again, I originally gave it 2 trench coats, which is pretty... And I was not that looking forward to seeing this movie because I assumed that I remembered all the best parts. But I don't think that I did. I would give it 4 trench coats. It still is missing one because... In truth, some of the kung fu is absolutely amazing, but the duration of the fight scenes and the shooting...
Sure.
Also...
Too short.
Not to bring... What?
You wanted more kung fu?
But also, and I think the thing that really blew my mind was the first 30 seconds and realizing how much craftsmanship was actually in the script that I had never noticed before.
Yes.
And really appreciating that. This was great.
I feel like this movie has the franchise suffers from, like, the M. Night Shyamalan phenomenon where, like, Sixth Sense, everybody loved it. It was a tight script. It did exactly what it set out to do. People were like, this guy is great.
Yeah.
And then they were like, what else do you got? And then things started to take...
He was like,
right. And so, like, this first movie, like, I mean, clearly they probably had some ideas of, like, oh, we could also maybe, if they, I'm sure, like, in the back of their head they had some ideas for the next movie, or if they got the chance to make another movie. But you can tell, like, this movie was very much like, here's the idea, because that ending, like, is totally a satisfactory, like, the movie is over,
it's complete.
You will never see these characters again. It's fine.
Yeah.
But they leave it open-ended enough where they were like, sure, why not? And the next two, you can tell they were sort of like, they had so much power now, and it went to their heads, and they were just like, we can do anything. And the movies, I don't even remember how long the next two movies are. They have to be longer than this one. Right?
So long. I don't know. They feel really long.
Yeah.
And I think there is something... Well, and the problem for me is once Neo can fly, which I didn't remember happens at the very end of this movie, there is no point, especially flying to Rage Against the Machine.
Remember how that song went?
Once that happens, almost any other conflict is unbelievable.
Right.
Like, you don't know why he sticks around for a fight or why he does very much, because he could just fly out of there and move on with his life, which he eventually does.
Right. And the end of this movie sets it up way more as if the next movie is going to be like him tearing the Matrix down from the inside. Mm-hmm. Whereas the next movies mostly are, we're just going to walk around the Matrix some more. Also, there are more robots in the real world attacking us.
So many machines.
Yeah.
Oh, every time I woke up, more machines.
But I will give credit to the Wachowskis for the other two movies. Like, when they are doing crazy shit in the Matrix, it's still pretty cool. But then there's 20 minutes of Neo talking to some old man in a cave about, like, what it means to be alive, or whatever the fuck it was.
It probably just needs tightening up.
Oh,
it's been a long time since I've seen 2 and 3.
I know.
And I definitely only saw them once. I might go watch them again.
You see, like, I'm thinking that too. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm so curious now because I enjoyed the first one so much still.
Choose the blue.
Did you forget how? Choices.
Yes.
But this happens with books too, right? Like, famous novelists, as they progress in their career, their books get longer and longer because editors don't feel like they can edit them anymore.
Yeah.
And they're just, like, less just tight stories at all, because they're just like, I just like writing, so, like, they don't even try as hard to, like, tighten the story.
Because they don't have to prove themselves anymore. It's like, yeah, you made us $1 billion.
Right.
Do whatever you want.
Yes.
It'll still make us $1 billion. It doesn't matter
Yes.
if it's good or not.
That's
And
true.
that
I'm
is-
sure John Grisham is like, this next story takes place in the South and has a lawyer. I'm like, great, approved.
Okay, let's do it.
But he's on vacation. Terrific.
Well, and like I said earlier, like it's partially my fault as a consumer because, like I said before, like as soon as you say like there's internet kung fu, I'm like, okay, good. And in the next two movies, they certainly still had internet kung fu happening,
Yeah.
which is why that was what most of the trailers for the next two movies were about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch them.
me too.
Thank you for listening to Totes Recall. New episodes drop on the 15th of every month. You can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Totes Recall Pod. Subscribe on iTunes and leave a review. It helps more people find the show. Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. For more information, check out noisepicnic.com/totesrecall.